A new film just hit the box office, Superman, and I've seen some of the headlines. If you haven't come across my channel before, I have a series where I review how woke a new movie is. Look, boys and girls, I got me a Superman cup. All friends are welcome, but just so you're aware of my political bias before I begin, I voted for the 2024 political candidate that rhymes with Shmonal Pump.
Donald Trump.
So, if you're cool, I'm cool, and we can dissect this cinematic film together. Now, in order to dive in, I'll lay out the criteria I have for this film. First, putting all politics aside, how good was the movie? Second, how good is this particular Superman? And three, is it actually woke? And I'll start by admitting that I'm not super familiar with Superman's backstory and really only know the basics. So I had to do a little research into past Supermans. I'm more of a Marvel guy. And speaking of Marvel, I got such a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Clark Kent's a journalist, Peter Parker's a journalist, both of them get leads on a superhero. And I know it's not just this particular film, but it's hilarious to me that his disguise is actually supposed to work. Like, here's Superman, and here's Clark Kent. The Superman movie also had this sort of Batman vibe to it. Batman has a no-kill rule.
No guns, no killing.
Where's the fun in that?
And Superman has a no-kill rule as well. In fact, he goes out of his way not to even kill monsters. And Clark Kent's girlfriend, kind of like Rachel in the 2008 Batman movie, really makes Clark think about the ethicality and responsibility involved in being a larger-than-life icon, and his time battling the villains of the universe really puts a strain on their relationship. On another note, I thought DC nailed Lex Luthor. Honestly, I didn't know a whole lot about the villain, other than that the baddies say I look just like him.
God damn.
But really, the creators of this film did really well with Lex. He seemed to be an embodiment of the typical American military complex world elites. Manipulate the news, start a war, sell weapons to the state actors involved, and reap the benefit. He was like this George Soros, Elon Musk hybrid, and if he were a real dude, I'd definitely do a video about him. Speaking of those types of videos, yesterday my Jeffrey Epstein video dropped, and if you can't tell by the disparities in the view count based on my other videos, it's been shadow banned by the YT algo. So show your boy some love and subscribe and check out my other videos. I'll have more on pop culture and some conspiracy content coming your way soon. Another fun twist to this movie, which I guess I'm kind of giving a little Easter egg here for those who haven't seen the film, is Superman's dog, or I guess his cousin's dog. You'll know what I mean when you watch that part of the movie. That was a little unexpected and led to some great action scenes. But the plot of the movie centers around a message from Superman's parents. He listens to this message when he needs comfort, but apparently when Superman crash landed on Earth as a child, the message was partially damaged and he couldn't hear the end of it. And I won't tell you what the message said. That would really be the spoiler here. But let's just say it involves him being an alien, and Lex Luthor hates that Superman isn't from planet Earth. The overall message toward the end of this movie is that it doesn't matter where you're from or where your origin is. What defines you is the choices you make and whether you're a good person or not. And honestly, great message. And not a bad Superman either. But now we get into the real question that matters for the purpose of our channel. Was the movie woke? Well, here's some articles that came out about the movie. According to Deadline, director James Gunn says Superman is an immigrant story about basic human kindness. Variety interviewed the director again, who said that Superman is about an immigrant that came from other places. See the subtlety there? I guess Superman is technically an immigrant. He's literally an alien. So it seems like they're alluding to immigrants or illegal aliens, and this is a pushback against MAGA's campaign to crack down on undocumented immigrants. Here's an interview where the director, James Gunn, seems to backtrack a little.
Movie MAGA today is going nuts. What do you have to say to MAGA?
I don't have anything. I think this movie's for everybody. I don't have anything to say to anybody. Like, I'm not here to judge people, you know. I think this is a movie about kindness, and I think that's something everyone can relate to.
And that sounds great and all, but let's listen to what the director's brother said when he was asked the same question.
Your boss, your brother, talked about Superman being an immigrant. And now MAGA is already upset that he's called Superman an immigrant. I wanted to get your reaction.
My reaction to that is that it is exactly what the movie is about. I think that like we support our people. You know, we love our immigrants. We love, yes, Superman is an immigrant, and yes, the people that we support in this country are immigrants. And if you don't like that, then you're not American. People who say no to immigrants are against the American way. They're against what the American dream is all about.
Truth, justice, and the American way.
Absolutely.
You hear that? If you're not for immigration, you aren't American. And the problem with that framing, especially the reporter saying that MAGA takes issue with it, is that I don't think anyone from MAGA is against immigration. They are against illegal immigration. Big difference. And I'm pretty sure Superman left his home world because it was literally destroyed. So he would qualify as a refugee, right? Not an immigrant. But that seems to be what a lot of people in both sides of the political conversation do. They make a really stupid argument like MAGA hates all immigrants, and then create a feel-good movie with inspiring music talking about how we should judge people by their actions, not where they are from.
Like they don't already know that? Are you saying that they're stupid?
No, I'm just saying.
Well, let's take a look at one final clip. It's the same style of interview, but from one of the cast members, the guy who actually plays Green Lantern in the movie.
That Superman is an immigrant story, that it is political. MAGA today was getting a little upset that he called Superman an immigrant. I wanted to get your reaction.
Somebody needs a hug. It's just a movie, guys. It's just a movie.
So I guess you're not necessarily stupid if you aren't pro all types of immigration, including illegal immigration. You just need a hug and are probably stupid. When are these companies going to learn that Americans are fed up with the virtue signaling and political posturing that actors and directors are making? I find it to be, I don't know, a little
Weird.
It's almost like the CIA has an office in Hollywood telling them what to put out to influence the will of the American people or something. But back to Superman. Was it good? Yeah, not a bad movie, but honestly, Warner Brothers Studios, do better. Quit allowing woke directors to push their messages to the American people and just make some movies. You'd make a lot more money.